Of heroes and vile villains alike, a tale of fear, hate, and lust, a tale of Warcraft. The legendary story of Azeroth begins with Silithius, a young paladin that was born from the great holy paladin Stavius. He has much to fight for: honor, freedom, and the well-being of the Alliance. This battle is his proving ground. His struggle as a prodigy is tested. May the light be with him. This is a tale of heroes and vile villains alike, a tale of fear, hate, and lust, a tale of Warcraft. Sidolphus, once a great warrior and friend to the Alliance, has become one of the most feared enemies. A Death Knight, twisted by the will of the Lich King, he fights for the mighty Scourge and seizes control of Azeroth and the Outlands. Who knows what dark, twisted powers lay before his hand and sword? The legendary Delvin, a shadow priest summoned from the great city of Silvermoon, he fights for the Horde. Taught by the most skilled of holy priests, he found the light was not strong within him, until one day he found his true nature and gave into the shadows, becoming something he once had never seen before. A shadow priest, with the power to heal and mend himself while summoning utter destruction upon his enemies. His shadow powers... Wait. Okay, I fucked up there. That does make sense. Okay, but... Delvin makes for a good ally during these dark days. Quel'Thalas. When he was a youngling, he was noticed by the great hunter Arugal, taken from his comfortable... I can't even read that. Normal knave life.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. You good. Alright.
Quel'Thalas. When he was a youngling, he was noticed by the great hunter Arugal, taken from his comfortable normal knave life. He was shown... I can't read this. I can't read my own writing. He was shown... Okay, give me a minute to practice this one. Quel'Thalas. When he was a youngling, he was noticed by the great hunter Arugal. Taken from his comfortable normal knave life, he was shown a greater purpose to his life. For many years, Arugal taught him in the ways of a hunter. Then tragedy struck, and the Scourge sent waves of undead worgen to strike down Arugal. And as fate would have it, they were successful on the attack, and the great Arugal was no more. Desperate to revenge this attack, he sets out to hunt for the Lich King and the end. Alright, now. Okay. Desperate to revenge this attack, he sets out for the Lich King and the end of the undead Scourge. Desperate to revenge this attack, he sets out to hunt for the Lich King and the end of the undead Scourge. Desperate to revenge this attack, he sets out to hunt for the Lich King and end the Desperate to revenge this attack, he sets out to hunt for the Lich King and end the Desperate to revenge this attack, he sets out for the Lich King and the end of the undead Scourge plight he has brought to this land. Battle 1, Level 1, Kalmador. As the new morrow broke on the fields of Kalmador, Silithius was on a brisk trot when he noticed this. As the new morrow broke on the fields of Kalmador, Silithius was on a brisk trot when he smelt. As the new morrow broke on the fields of Kalmador, Silithius was on a brisk trot when he smelt the horrible stench of Scourge nearby. He drew upon his holy staff and went off to battle. As he came closer, he saw that it was Sidolphus, and knew that this would not be a battle he could not walk away from. When Delvin learned of Silithius' defeat, he sought to slaughter the Scourge tyranny that had slain him. Along the way, he saw a hunter by the name of Quel'Thalas. Delvin, not knowing the origin or faction of Quel'Thalas thrived from, he decided to engage him in battle. Quel'Thalas saw the shadow might... Quel'Thalas saw the Scourge. Quel'Thalas saw the shadow Delvin held, and thought him as a scourge, and became furious at the mere sight of Delvin, his mind clouded of rage. Quel'Thalas saw the shadow that Delvin held, and thought him as a scourge, and became furious at the mere sight of Delvin, his mind clouded by rage, and the images of his old teacher. He had lost control of himself, and they were to battle in Warcraft. By the end of it, Delvin had slain... By the end of it, Quel'Thalas had posed no threat to Delvin, and Delvin went on to go forth for the Horde. As the Shadow Priest Delvin laid down his knee to speak of gospel sounds, the Scourge enslaved Sidolphus was creeping around the same elven forest at the time, and noticed As the Shadow Priest Delvin lay down his knee to speak of gospel sounds, the scourge-enslaved Sidelphus was creeping around the same elven forest at the time and noticed the praying priest. He swiftly and hastily trotted to encounter and battle Delvin. Sidelphus tapped down upon his shoulder and began in a duel of the ages, not knowing what evil lay before him. Sidelphus tapped Delvin upon his shoulder and began a duel of the ages, not knowing what evil lay before them. Enter Aramor, the most well-known dark mage in all of Azeroth. The mage has grown weary of noobs and nubs alike and has decided to do something about it. Aramor entered the battle with vengeance, and Sidelphus and Delvin both attacked him at the same time. Aramor entered the battle with a vengeance, and Sidelphus and Delvin both attacked him, and Aramor blocked them and yelled, "Do not take me as some cheap conjurer of tricks!" The two fought bravely against the mage, but in the end the mage was much too powerful for them to overcome. The Battle of Warcraft was lost.